Hello, everyone. We are excited to be here today. This is the second part of our series. I have with me my colleague Pranav. Good morning.
Hey, I'm Pranav. Good morning and good evening to all the time zones around the world.
Great.
Yeah,
So we're a few minutes late. We apologize. Let's kickstart this thing. Uh, Let me start with my slides first. Okay. Let's jump into today's topic, Azure AI Foundry with RAG, using this AI agent with your own data. Before we do that, I want to talk about Think AI. So Think AI is a consulting organization working in data and AI space for healthcare and manufacturing organizations mainly. We are specialists of data warehouse migration and analytics and enable for Microsoft fundings. If you have any needs, please connect with us. We are also INC 5000 two times honorary. So our core services are in four major segments. First and foremost is artificial intelligence, where we cover every aspect of AI. It could be AI, ML, generative AI, or agentic AI. Then we cover business intelligence applications, which could include analytics like Power BI, data warehouse like Fabric, and others, and even migrations from other platforms. Modern technologies, could it be Power Platform, which could be low or no code solution, or even Azure Web Services, or even integrations using Azure other cloud services. It could be industry specific services as well, which is considered under our modern technology framework. Finally, we love doing technology roadmaps, starting from building the strategy into building roadmaps into executing those by phases. Before we jump in, a little bit about me. My name is Dave Goyal. I'm founder and CEO of Think AI. I'm also member and contributor for Forbes Technology Council. Recently, I published an article on LA fires and its improvements using AI. I'm author, speaker, and data and AI strategist for last 30 years. Build a lot of data and AI solutions for manufacturing and healthcare organizations. Published a book on real-time business intelligence. I grew up as a dyslexic kid, which means I had learning disabilities, and so created a startup with my friend Wune, a company called Redon.ai. I also hold a patent in US for neuroscience disease, and work with a number of organizations building their data and AI strategies. Some of them include Microsoft, Johnson& Johnson, Starbucks, among others. My colleague who's also co-presenting today is Pranav Gupta. He's a cloud architect. He's also a data and AI specialist, 3 times Microsoft certified. He loves building solutions on analytics and AI. He is Six Sigma green belt, so a process-oriented guy, designing and leading a lot of cloud solutions for us, and worked with about 20 clients for Think AI. One of his major achievement is building a data operation solutions, or optimizing rather, which saved about $500,000 to our client. Pretty good achievement, Pranav. So let's deep dive on Azure AI Foundry and RAG. Let's move. Before we jump into the topic, I want to connect from our previous session. In our previous session, we talked about Copilot Studio. Let me highlight it. Copilot Studio, which is a no-code solution. This is a 3-part series. In the second part of this series, we are talking about Azure AI Foundry, which is a low-code solution. So let's look into what is Azure AI Foundry. It's a unified platform for enterprise AI operations for model builders, model consumers, and application developers. This foundation combines a production-grade infrastructure really with a lot of user friendliness and interfaces which ensure your organization can build and operate AI application very easily with a lot of confidence. As you can see in the left, it gives you different DevOps tools integrated with like Visual Studio, GitHub, and SDK really to pull through the power of Azure AI. And if you have built anything under Copilot Studio, you can either embed it here, or you can use Azure AI Foundry and embed it back into Copilot Studio. So there is a bi-directional integration with Copilot Studio. It gives you an amazing model catalog. I will just show you in the next screen. And then it will provide you a bunch of services on AI like Azure OpenAI service, Azure AI search for building vector databases, agentic AI services, some safety services, governance, monitoring. It's really a holistic platform. So how does AI Foundry compares with Copilot? Copilot Studio, as we said, is a no-code solution mainly designed for business users, IT admins to create a quick no-code solution without having to know a lot about AI and agentic AI. It's very cost-effective and it doesn't require any Azure accounts. On the other hand, Azure AI Foundry is mainly for AI developers and data scientists. It's low code still, so you can do a quick development. It's single unified platform, but it's still medium complex, and you can write complex code if needed. It runs off of Azure ecosystem, and the costing is dependent on that, and we're gonna see it later. But you can really build comprehensive agentic AI applications, and cost, as I said, could be variable depending on the resource used. Before we talk about the cost, let's talk about RAG. What is RAG? So RAG is a retrieval-augmented generation model. It uses internal data sources such as your ERPs, CRM, line of business applications, whether structured data or unstructured data like your IoTs, videos, audios, PDF files. It retrieves meaningful information out of it. It uses LLM to prepare and get the data and also to get your responses. Let's see how it really works. So this is how RAG works. You can send a query in a natural language format, which could be considered as a search query. It goes into your data store, the information is retrieved, the matching results will be provided. When the retrieval is happening, this is where the RAG magic is happening, by the way. Now, once you get the data is then being constructed through prompts to present the meaningful human readable format. So it could be even a video or an audio or a text format or images, charts and PDF file or even an email. So those could be your responses. And what it does, it marries best of the both worlds. So the world of LLM into your own organization data without having to hallucinate. Like I said, why you use RAG, it will use your internal knowledge in your specific domain, the knowledge that you have within your database systems and other information knowledge stores. It will adopt the response based on the new information being added. It will also create your factual accuracy of the data. So it's not based on the interpretation of internet, but really based off of what you have in your data stores. It will either have no hallucination or at least reduce hallucination. And if you don't want generative information, meaning you don't want to overlay the information from the internet responses, you can completely block and avoid that. That's why RAG is really powerful. In a nutshell, instead of writing a SQL query or building a report, you can send a human-like natural language response to a chat bot and it will get you the answers through your knowledge stores, whether it's your data warehouse, ERP, CRM and other data stores. It's pretty powerful. Let's look at a sample costing model for Azure AI Foundry. Here's a very basic Azure AI Foundry configuration. In your right, you can see a bunch of services listed down by AI Foundry, which is created by itself. And when you create your own project, you're not gonna see it. Okay, so let's look into the cost of the previous architecture that I shown. Let's zoom in. So when we see the zoomed in version of the sample configuration I showed in the previous screen, you see about 240,000 tokens, cost about $1.20 in the input, and for the output it cost about $3.60. And then the services that Azure AI Foundry created behind the scene, all put together, it cost about $65 roughly. It's pretty insignificant. It could change, obviously, based on what you're going to do with this, what is your complexity and your needs are. But this is a good baseline for you to see what the cost could be for you to try something. The best part is AI Foundry provides about 1900 different types of models, like basic OpenAI ChatGPT models, to the Mistral models, to Meta Llama models, to audio visual models, to some industry specific models. You can spend days and months and years analyzing this model and make use of it. It's a very powerful unified system that you can make use of, and you don't have to go and look around different tools and technologies to build your AI solution. Let's take a look at a quick demo. So for our demo, we have a persona who's a manager. He's looking at his employee utilization. Basically, those are nothing but timesheets sitting in Excel files. This could have been a database where we could query. And our AI Foundry, which is using LLM and bunch of other services not shown here, will get the data, compile the data, present the data to the manager, and give some insights to it. So in this demo, I'm going to invite Pranav. He's going to showcase the basic structure of the data source. Those are employee timesheets. How do we retrieve the data using RAG? There are some behind the stuff things happening, but some basic structure of query that he will send. Some insights using LLM from using RAG model, and then finally behind the scene of AI Foundry for a developer or for an administrator. So let's get into the demo. Pranav, over to you.
Thank you, Dev. So first I'll give you an overview of the data that AI Foundry has. Then I'll show you the demo, which would be in a web app, which is powered by AI Foundry. And then I'll move on to the Azure portal and AI Foundry, all the elements that went along to create this solution. Okay, so this is the data that we have provided to our AI agent, which is on AI Foundry. These are my timesheets for some of the months, which starts from June, and it also has a January timesheet. It has from August to September. Some of the months here are missing, and the agent will understand all these documents. It will create a vector indexing for it, and then it will provide us with answers based on this data. I'll open one of the timesheets for you to understand the raw data better. Okay, so as you can see here in the timesheets, I have columns like task category, task, I have date, I have the hours, and also I have comments. For the purpose of this demo, there are not comments available in the timesheets, but as you can see, there are different types of tasks, and it starts from 22nd July, and there are different hours in each of the tasks. So we'll ask the agent questions based on this, and now I'll move towards the demo. Now I'll walk you through the demo of our AI Foundry Intelligent Assistant, which is deployed on web app. And in this demo, like I told you, we have connected my personal timesheets for various months to showcase real-time insights. So the assistant is powered by structured data, which is extracted from the Excel, and it has timesheets from July to January. and based on the columns, like I showed you previously, task name, hour spent, date, and task category will provide us with the information that we need. So first let's start with the hi. So it will say, how can I assist you today? We'll ask it to provide us the hours for July. So as you can see, it has provided us the breakdown for hours for July, and it has also calculated the total for it. That's great. Now we'll ask what were the 3 most time consuming tasks for our whole working period. So as you can see, for the July, it referenced only one timesheet, which was from July to August. And as you know, I started my working in July, so it had only July, the data from only July 22nd. And the top 3 most time consuming tasks were the migration specialization, then the audit documentation, and then learning Databricks took some time too. Great, right? So now let's move towards something more analytical. So we'll ask it what was the highest logged work hours and what was my average work per day that month, and we'll just ask him for the numbers. Provide me the numbers only. Okay, so as you can see, the month with highest logged work hours was September, and the average work per day in September was 6.28 hours. So as you saw, AI Foundry can interpret natural language and understand timesheet structures and instantly provide insights, making it ideal for tracking productivity, generating reports, and staying on top of task allocation. So now that you have seen Excel raw data and the working web application, let's look under the hood and walk through the key components deployed in Azure that power this solution. So starting from the top, this is the infrastructure that holds our web application. It defines the region, pricing tier, and scalability settings for our app service. Then moving on, this is the actual web application that users interact with. It's deployed under the app service plan and serves as the front end and API logic. Now this AI project, this represents a specific project under the Azure AI, where we define how our AI model is trained and managed. This hub acts as a central workspace where various AI assets like datasets, models, and experiments are organized and tracked. Next, we use this storage account to store all kinds of data, including raw files, log, intermediate outputs, and even model artifacts if needed. And currently, all the timesheets that are being stored in this blob storage account. Next is the key vault. This secures our secret credentials like database, credential settings, and API keys, keeping them safe and away from the code. And next is Azure AI services. This is where we provision AI capabilities like document intelligence, form recognizers, and other pre-built services that will support our use case. And the last is our AI search service. This adds intelligent search functionality to our app. It enables fast and filtered search across timesheet records and project nodes using the Azure Cognitive Search. All these components are deployed in East US region, ensuring low latency and compliance with our user base. So now let's take a closer look into the search service, especially how we have configured it to enhance the timesheet experiences. Within the Pranav Search 01 resource, we have set up indexes that help us organize and query data efficiently. Let me open the Search Explorer. in this and search for the word audit. So as you see, the search returns results almost instantly. And here's where it gets powerful. We are not just doing keyword matching. You'll notice the vector scores alongside the results. These all came from the semantic search, which understands the meaning behind the query and not just the words. Here is an example to make it all more clear. If I search for the word audit, a keyword search will only return the results that contains the exact word audit. But a semantic search might also return results like compliance review or financial inspection because it understands that those are conceptually related to an audit. And this is a hybrid approach that will use both keywords and vector-based semantic search, which help us return much smarter and much more relevant results. Now, let's jump on to the AI Foundry, which is where we manage our custom AI workloads. Here you can see that we have deployed GPT-4o as our model, which is an advanced version of OpenAI's model optimized for faster responses and cost-effective inference. Right here in the Foundry interface, if you go to the deployed model, if you want to deploy a new model, you can just select deploy model, deploy base model, and it will start showing up here. Then if you click on the model and open it in the chat playground, you can also add the data from data sources, whether that's file, blob storage, and whether adding data, we define search type as hybrid vector and keyword, combining both keyword and semantic matching for best in class retrieval. This setup allows the model to generate more accurate and context aware responses. So if you want to deploy or add a data source for a model, you can add it here and then it will automatically create a vector embedding for you, or you can map it according to your needs and create one for yourself. Like I'll show you. So this is the one that we have created. This is the text embedding ADA002. I think they have 2 or 3 types of embeddings, if I'm not wrong. And it would be automatically deployed, or you can just go to the AI search part and map it or change it according to your own needs. Now, finally, we'll wrap up by going back to the web deployed app, just so you understand the interface around it. So this shows the domain around which the app is deployed. If you click the link over here, it gets you back to the app and the interface. So this is one way to access the app, and any updates or new deployments can be pushed from here, ensuring we maintain a seamless experience for the chat and end users. So what started as a raw Excel file evolved into a smart, scalable, AI-powered application running end-to-end on Azure, powered by search, secure storage, and GPT-4o intelligence. And it's all modular, meaning it can be easily extended to other workflows and other departments. So thank you. Hereby I conclude my demo, and waiting for all your use cases which you can think around AI Foundry. It might be something that you want to explore in your organizations. We would love to hear about it. Thank you.
Pranav, great presentation today.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you. And quick feedback request from everyone else. If the sound is not clear, I do hear it from Vinay, and I truly apologize, Vinay Verma, that the sound audibility wasn't great. We will take care in our next presentation. Feel free to connect with me and Pranav if you have any questions about how to do it. Our goal is to create a 3-part series on AI, including agentic AI, where we could show really a no-code solution. This one was on low-code solution, and the third one we want to do it on open AI, where you can really build a code-based open AI or agentic AI solution. So we appreciate your feedback. We appreciate your patience. Look forward to connect with you all in the next one. Thank you. Have a
Thank
great.
you.
Bye bye.
Have a good one. Bye bye.